Hello, and welcome to the Wirecast, the video podcast of Wiregrass Georgia Technical College. Welcome back to the Wirecast. I'm your host, Michael Williams, and I'm here today excited to introduce our adult education outstanding teacher of the year, Sandra Scurry. Sandra, so glad to have you here today.
Thank you. It's an opportunity to be here. Thank you.
I read your speech, and you have a pretty unique background. You yourself were a GED graduate, is that correct?
Yes, I graduated in 2003. The same day that I graduated with my GED and walked across the stage, my divorce was final. So it was like freedom to do what I wanted to do and choose the next step for me and my children.
I thought you were going to say it was the day of mixed emotions, but you just felt free.
I felt free, yes.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That sounds like a positive day.
Yes.
Where'd you get your GED?
In Coastal Pines in Waycross.
Okay.
Then it was Okefenokee Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sandra, I read your speech, and you talked about a lot of the circumstances that led to you having to get your GED later in life. And it sounds like you were raised by a single mother. You guys had some financial hardships, had a lot of kids in the house. You willing to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. My mother, she raised 9 kids, and only 2 of us was hers biologically.
Mm-hmm.
She raised 5 that belonged to her sister and 2 that belonged to her niece. The last 2 she adopted. As her being a single parent, she was an LPN, but back then they didn't really make the money they make now.
Sure.
And but she made ends meet, and there was some hardships like any other family that's got just one income coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But she made things work. She was a wonderful woman. She's very responsible. She was raised by her father to be responsible, and she took it like a champ.
Were you one of the older kids in the house? Or?
I was in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
There was 5 older, and then there was me and my sister, and then the 2 youngest ones.
And then so you quit school to get a part-time job to help out, I presume, or?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 16 years old, I dropped out of school, and I got a full-time job at Julie Hat Company in Patterson, Georgia.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And we were just talking about, so you grew up in Offerman, is that right?
That's right.
And did you ever go back there, or?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's passed away now, but my sister lives in the home there that my mother had. Mama got sick, and she moved in to take care of her, so she stayed in the home place. And I go and see my sister all the time.
Well, you and I were talking beforehand. I didn't think I knew where Offerman was, but there's a hunting preserve there, Mossy Pond, and my wife took me for my birthday this past year. So
Yeah, it's a nice place.
yeah, very nice place.
Very nice place. Yeah, it's where they train dogs, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They train a lot of retrievers, and then they have some quail and duck hunting, but it's kind of manufactured. They bring in the birds. But we just went over there and had dinner one night. So
Yeah,
it was
it's very
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's unique to have that perspective from having gotten your GED and then you became a GED teacher. You definitely pulled yourself up by your bootstraps because you went on to get your master's degree. Is that right?
Yes, from Armstrong.
In what field?
Uh, early education.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And did you go straight into working for an adult education program after that? Did you come to Wiregrass after that? Or?
No, I went to K through 12,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there I went to Head Start,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to adult education.
Tell us a little bit. What is Georgia Head Start? Or
They take kids. I did early Head Start, and it
Mm-hmm.
was at Hazard Hill in Waycross, Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
and it was made more for teenage moms so that they could finish school. They'd have somewhere for their kids to go for free so they could finish school. And so we would take them as early as 6 weeks and keep them until they were 3 years old. And then from 3 to 4, they could go to Head Start. And that gave the parents a chance, the young parents, to get a job or go to school and do what they needed to do.
Okay, that's a
Yes.
great program.
It is a great program.
Well, what did you find most valuable, teaching K-12 or teaching adult learners?
adult learners. I really enjoy it. K through 12, I mean, that's enjoyable. You're teaching young ones, you're
Hmm.
molding them. But I went through the GED program, so I kind of know the battles that some of them face just to come to class. They're grown, they got bills, they got kids. Most of them have jobs, and they have to work all this around that to come in there and get their GED. And we try to help them get in and out as fast as they can and continue on so that they can set the example for their kids to go out and do the better. Make education a priority.
That's great.
Mhm.
Well, we do have some programs that help those that are struggling financially. Can you speak a little bit to that? Like, what can Wiregrass do for an individual in the community who wants to come back and get their GED and they're worried about the financial burden?
If they're 16 through 24,
Mhm.
there is WIOA, and they will actually pay them $20 a day to come to class. And they'll pay them, like if they have a child, they'll give them an extra 15 to $20 a day for that for childcare. And then we have the CAPS program, and we work closely with them to help with the applications so that if they need that daycare, then we'll get them in touch with somebody at CAPS so that they can get the daycare to take care of their kids.
That's great.
Yes.
And a lot of people probably not aware. I mean, I'm sure there's people sitting at home right now that are thinking, "I'd love to go back and get my GED.
Yeah.
It's not possible for me. I can't afford it." But they may not know about some of these things that are available.
Right. And then we have online classes. We have morning, afternoon, and night classes. So we have something to kind of fit everybody's need to help them come on in there and get it.
Well, I've worked at Wiregrass for 20 years, and it's only recently been brought to my. I didn't realize how flexible the GED program was. So it's not a set time. Individuals can get in and out of there based on their own performance. And then you guys recently did like a 3-day seminar, didn't you?
Yes,
Hmm.
where they would come in and we would test them. If they would made a certain score on the GED ready, then they would go and take their GED within that 3 days.
That's
Yes.
great. A lot of people probably don't know you get your GED in 3 days at Wiregrass. It is possible.
It is
So,
possible.
well,
Yes.
you're the teacher of the year, and so you're going through a really exciting process this year. But as you and I discussed, you're the adult education student of the year. That's our Eagle Award. You've had a lot of students that have gone through this process over the years. Can you speak
Yes.
to that?
Yes. Well, I can proudly say that every student that I have nominated to be the Eagle for Wiregrass,
Mhm.
they have made it. They were chosen as the Eagle to go and represent Wiregrass in Atlanta. And last year, our Eagle won runner up, Jermaine.
That's great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is the most rewarding thing that you or the most rewarding moment in your career at Wiregrass? Do you think?
When you see somebody that comes in and don't think they can pass,
Mhm.
and they go in there and this I tell them, I say, "You snuck through the back door, didn't you?" And they come in and they get right out. They go take it and they come in there and they're crying and they're like, "I never thought I could do this." And they do it. And I tell them all the time, "Well, you snuck through the back door. You wanted them to come through. Nobody was expecting, your eyes wasn't on you, and you snuck right in and did it."
That's great. That's an inspiring story.
Mhm.
Do you have many of them that went on to take a program at Wiregrass or that got employed outside of Wiregrass and that you know were success stories in the community later on?
Yeah, I have 2 nieces that
Mhm.
came through the program, got their GED, went to work for Walmart in the pharmacy, became pharmacy techs. They gave them a year of, they trained them on the job, and then within that year, they had to go and get their certification, and they have it, and both of them is making really good money right now. One of them is the pharmacy manager at Walmart in Waycross, and the other one works for the hospital in the pharmacy department.
That's a fantastic
Yeah,
story.
and
That's
that's my
great.
kin. Yes. Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about the honor of being chosen as Teacher of the Year for Wiregrass. Like, tell us a little bit about the process you've gone through. I know it's similar to the Rick Perkins process, but I don't know all the details. You guys have your annual meeting in March every year,
Right.
out on like off 285 somewhere, right? Is it? Because the Rick Perkins one's always at the Grand Hyatt in Buckhead,
Yeah, this one is I think it is off 285.
so you were nominated by your peers, I presume.
Yes.
Do you know who nominated you?
No. Well, I know one of them that did. I know she did. but they don't normally tell you who did it. They just tell you that you was nominated, and then you go into a pool that was nominated, and then they choose.
Did you have to do an interview panel or something like that to be picked? And
Right, you do
yeah.
a speech. Yes,
So, I mean, the honor is you were selected by your peers
right.
and then chosen by an interview panel over everybody else. I mean, it's a great honor. It
It
really is.
is. It's a great honor. Yes,
And then you said you've been here 5 years.
yes,
And so even to win it in 5 years is even a bigger deal, I think. Yeah.
yes. It is.
So, have you worked? Is somebody at Wiregrass helping? Were they helping you with the speech, or you write it all on your own, or?
My son actually helped me write it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you practice in the mirror before?
I do. I do. I practice and I practice and I practice. And then you get there and you're nervous and you're like, I hope I don't forget anything. But they just, my coworkers just cheered me on. So
That's
if I
great.
messed up, they didn't know it. You know what I
That's
mean?
right. That's right. They
They was
don't
just
know.
like, yay.
I used to always tell that to students when I taught public speaking is, they'd get done and they said, that was terrible. That was the worst ever. And I said, that was great.
Right.
But my heart was beating so fast. I was like, we can't hear that.
Right.
Only you can hear your heart beating. We didn't know.
Yeah.
And then those that don't practice them, you got to practice them from a mirror. Lock yourself in a room,
You do. Go over it and over it. Yes.
Well, for me, when I was instructor of the year, it was a great, and I was telling our Jill Kenbeck, our instructor of the year, in a previous podcast that how much better I felt it made me at public speaking. And I didn't want to do it every time. I was nervous, and it was like pulling teeth. But
Yeah.
I wound up giving that speech so many times that it was finally easy. I remember when I got to Atlanta, I wasn't nervous anymore. I was nervous doing it in front of all of my peers at Wiregrass. If I'd humiliated myself, I knew them. I had to go to work and look at them the next day.
Right.
Those judges, I didn't know them.
Yeah.
So it made it easier.
Yeah. Strangers does make it easier when you're standing there. I did mine in front of my coworkers at a professional development meeting that we had, but they all just stood up and clapped and cried with me, and we had us a good time.
That's great.
So,
That's such a positive experience.
yeah.
Well, talk a little bit about other aspects of the adult education program here at Wiregrass that people might not know about. One, and I know you don't work directly with the IET program, but can you explain what that is?
Yes, they can come in and do. It's 8 weeks. Like we have one coming up. That's the forklift.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 2 weeks. They can come in and get their Georgia Best, uh, people soft skills, and a forklift certification that they can go to a job and they'll have that. So if they need a forklift driver, then they're certified in it, and that keeps the employer from actually having to train anyone because they have the training, and that gives them a heads up for the hiring process. And we have another one that's starting up that is the CDL, and that's going to be 8 weeks. And we have a lot of our students that's excited about that one. They are already putting in the applications for it. Mm-hmm. And then they have one in the talks about the lineman, and then you'll get your CDLs with it. And that's going to be a blessing for our students as well.
That's great.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it too. It's the first credit IET program we've ever had at Wiregrass, and it's definitely going to fill up that CDL program.
Yes.
Well, Sandra, I really appreciate you coming out today. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners about adult education or the process of being the Adult Ed Teacher of the Year for Wiregrass?
Well, I just want to thank everybody. It's a great opportunity to be Teacher of the Year. It's something wonderful for your kids to see that you got Teacher of the Year, and especially coming from getting your GED yourself. I got it and kept going. I didn't stop until I got my master's. And then went on from there. And I love doing what I do. And if anybody needs a GED, come see us. We will work with you to get you where you need to be. We have a schedule that I'm sure will work with your schedule. And now we have virtual classes that Miss Michelle's she is starting now. Mm-hmm. So even if you can't make it to class and you say, I can't learn online by myself, well, we have virtual classes where she will be there communicating with you. So we have something for everyone. So if you need a GED, come on and see us.
Thank you so much for being on today.
Thank
I really
you.
enjoyed it. Welcome to the Wirecast. I'm your host, Michael Williams, and today it's my great honor to be sitting here with Taylor Stone, our Eagle Adult Education Student of the Year for Wiregrass and a finalist at the state level. Welcome to the podcast, Taylor.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, too. We were talking a little bit before You're from Pearson, Georgia,
Yes, sir.
and you're in our radiology technology program right now.
Yes, sir.
But you started out getting your GED at Wiregrass.
Hmm.
Can you just tell us a little bit about that, about the process, and what happened that kind of derailed you with your high school career? And
Well, I dropped out of high school in 11th grade, and I struggled like when I was little with childhood and everything. I struggled with that, and I just dropped out because my home life was just, eh. But I tried to get it when I first became a mom in like 2021, and
Mhm.
then it was too hard for me. Like I didn't have a village like how some people do, and my babies are under me and everything. So it was just really really hard. And then I dropped out, quit with the adult education, and when I had my son in like 2024, I was like, okay, I need to do something because my husband was the only one that was bringing in the money and everything. So I was like, I want to do something, be successful, show them that I could be successful. So what was weird is Miss Christie from the Douglas campus, when I had that in my mind, she emailed me like 2 days after I was thinking about getting my GED. And she was like, hey, do you want to try and get your GED again? I was like, yeah. So I went there, and we did the locator test and everything, and I started from there. And I think it only took me like 2 months to get my GED. And like right after I graduated, I jumped into Wiregrass here for the radiology program. And I'm currently getting my certificate for it. And after that, hopefully I'll get in program and I start getting my associates. And then I'm planning on doing like a bridge program. Whew, sorry, that lets me get my bachelor's degree in like a year, I think. And I want to do that and become a CT tech and show my kids that keep pushing forward.
yes,
Put one foot in front of the other, and you could become anything that you want to become. And that's why I did it, to show them that they could be whoever they want to be.
that's a great story, and I think you hit on something that I don't think a lot of people know is how
Hmm.
flexible the adult education program
It
is.
is.
That it may take some people a year to get
Mm-hmm.
through it, but if you're progressing along, they'll exit you as fast as they can
Yep.
exit you. So you got out in 2 months.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
And like they their options was really easy because like you could do it online if you need to, or you could do it like in the GD program, like at the school. And I told them that I didn't have really anybody to help me with babysitters or anything, so they started. I did online classes, and then after that, Miss Sandra was like, "Can you do your practice test?" And I did my practice test, and she found out that I really didn't need to study. I mean, I studied, but not hard. So we went in there and did my appointments to do it, and like you got to have that determination, and that's what pushed me. That and my kids pushed me, and so did Miss Sandra. She was like, "I see you did good and everything. Do you want to go ahead and get the ready test, the practice test, and everything?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I did it, and I passed it. And she's like, "Well, are you ready for your test?" And I was like, I was kind of nervous. I said, eh. And then she was like, well, do this website. And I learned on this website, and I studied, and there was nights I stayed up to like 2 o'clock in the morning studying. Oh, I was tired with my kids on top of that too. I was like, oh. And then after my last test, I took my test, and they gave me the grades and everything, and I passed, and the rest was history. So now it's just hopefully become a CT tech.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I mean, that's exactly what we love to see happen
Mhm.
is that somebody gets the GED and just rolls into one of our programs
Mhm.
and starts their career. Did you apply for our radiology program while you were still working on the GED? Did you finish it and then apply?
I
Some of them do a IET program,
Yeah,
right?
I didn't do
Yeah.
that. I just did the GED, and then I graduated in April, and then I went ahead and enrolled in the fall semester for my radiology program.
How long have you been in the radiology program?
I will graduate in May, so I already did my first semester, which was 4 months. Now I'm doing this semester, so it takes 8 months to get my certificate. And then with associates, I think it's like a year and 6 months.
Okay.
Um,
What bridge program are you looking to go into?
I found one. I found a school in Statesboro that does the bridge program, and it's like only 2 hours away from me. And I figured I could do that to get my bachelor's.
That's great. That's what a lot of people call it 2+2, but
Mhm.
we've got so many agreements with four-year institutions across the state, and
Mhm.
where they'll take our associates, and then
Yeah.
not that much longer to get your bachelor's after
Mhm.
that. So
Yeah. Cause like I figured once I'm like in the school mode, just to keep going. Cause I feel like if I just quit, I won't be in the school mode again. So I was just like, I just want to get my ducks in a row so I could finish and get my job.
Well, we were talking earlier about what Eagle means, and some of our
Mhm.
viewers may not know, and I
Mhm.
may get it wrong, but it's Exceptional Adult Georgian in Literacy and Education.
Mhm.
And so that's our GED Student of the Year,
Mhm.
essentially. And you already are a finalist.
Yes.
And we were talking to our gold student
Mhm.
earlier, and we had the regional competitions yesterday, and so the judges know which of them are going on as finalists, but they don't know. They'll all go to the Rick Perkins celebration in April, and there they'll announce the finalists the night before they announce the winner. It's interesting that you guys do it the other way. I kind of like the idea of going in and knowing already that I'm
I know. Me. I think like with the Eagle, I think how they explain it to me, we'll get there Sunday. They give us like a day to settle in, and then Monday we do things, and then I think you said Tuesday is when we do our speech. We go in front of 3 judges and give our speech, and then the last day, Wednesday, is a day when we'll have like a lunch, and then they'll tell us who the winners is, and it's kind of nerve-wracking because I don't want to have to wait 3 days, but we have to. So I'm hoping I'll get there. If not, I'm just gonna have fun at it because it's an honor to be an Eagle Award. Like it surprised me when I was nominated. Like it meant a lot to me. So
Miss Sandra nominated you.
yes, sir.
That's great.
She
And
did.
so you've been through an interview process or two already here at the
Mhm.
college and been judged by.
Yep.
But so there you'll do the speech and another interview.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have fun the entire time.
Yeah, I think so too. They said that we was going to, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I want to win, but then again, I'm also like I would just want to have fun and have a great time there because, like I said, I'm already a winner in my head, so that's all that matters.
You're a winner
to
in
me.
your head, and if I'm not mistaken, we came in second 2 years in a row, so we kind of think this might be our year. So
I hope so.
everybody's gonna be rooting you on.
Yeah.
I've only been to the Eagle ceremony once, but it's just a lot of fanfare and fun activities, and you'll enjoy meeting all the other finalists from across the state, and like you said, it's a great honor either way.
Yeah,
but
it is.
we are very proud that we've got you as a finalist already.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something to remember. I really do. I think it's going to be fun, and like I said, I am honored to be able to actually got nominated for it. So I'm rooting for myself too. So.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today,
Thank
and
you.
good luck, best of luck to you. And the ceremony's in March. It's coming right up. This episode will probably air hopefully the week of. So hopefully everybody's going to be watching this. Get your family and friends to watch this podcast. Everybody, please like and subscribe, and just know when you're watching it that you'll probably be on stage at that moment, finding out whether you win or not.
I know. Thank you. It's nice to meet all y'all.
You
Thank you
too.
for having me on here. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. It's my honor too.
You have a great day.
Congratulations.
Thank you.